Howdy, 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 friends. It's your boy, Damn Dan. I'm recording this video a couple days in advance because I started a new job and I missed last week's Transformers Tuesday and this week's Cars Saturday, and I am terribly sorry for that, and I hope you guys will forgive me. But unfortunately, I was very distracted with my new job and editing that Howard the Duck video, and I got distracted. It escaped me, and I'm sorry. But I'm gonna start being ahead of these from now on, so that doesn't happen again. Um, what's this guy doing here? So, as you guys know, by the title of this video, I have not been able to get another Transformer. Sad, I know. Um, but I'm just not very liquid right now, and also Flagstaff is not very liquid in terms of inventory for Transformers toys. But this is why I'm hitting you with what I had teased you guys with, where if I didn't manage to get another one, where I'm gonna be showing you guys my top 5 Transformers toys, collectibles, or toys, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start it from number 5, and I'm gonna work our way up. I don't know how long this video is gonna be because I'm not gonna take the thing out and transform it and retransform it and blah blah blah. I'm just gonna talk about them, and there's 5, so it might be a little longer, but I'll try not to take up too much of your time. So at number 5, we have Grimlock. Now, I believe this Grimlock is from the set Power of the Primes, and I actually bought the entire Dinobot set from that collection to form Volcanicus, I believe his name is. Correct me if I was wrong, and you guys know the answer. Correct me in the comments. But yeah, so him and all the Dinobots can form together to make a big Transformer, and it's very cool. So they are my first and only combiner Transformer I have. But emphasis on first, because I want more. I would like maybe Devastator one day in the future. But yeah, so he's very nice. I like the details on him. I like this is a little sticker, obviously, but it still looks like it's nice and shiny. All these little like rivets, all these little dents. Like, look at the detail, like on the hip bone or the hip joint alone. Like, they're so wonderfully detailed, and it's really nice. I'm not going to transform him because he just transforms into human Grimlock, and who cares about that? But yeah, all the Dinobots are really nice, but I just chose Grimlock because he Grimlock, he King. So obviously I had to pick him over the others. His legs are a little weird in terms of posing him. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just stupid. He looks fine. I don't like his tail. Like, his tail feels weird. Like, I feel like it should start from like here and then come there. You know what I mean? It should be like a fatter tail. But I can understand why they probably did it, because I don't know how you would transform that. Yeah, so he's normally a little chunkier, but I'm okay. I'm all right. It's a good figure. I'm glad I own it, and I'm glad I own all the Dinobots. But yeah, so that's number 5. All right, number 4, we got Hot Rod. Now, you'll notice that most of these on this list are going to be in vehicle form, and I'm not going to take the time to transform them because, well, quite frankly, I don't want to take up too much time, and I don't want to edit this either. But yeah, so number 4, we have Hot Rod. So here's the thing about Hot Rod. Look at his freaking car. That's just gorgeous. That's the only one way to put it, and it's gorgeous. The shape of it is so like I just love how it's like a little cheese wedge. I love how his accessories form like a gun on top of here. I don't have it with me. It's in my box of accessories, but he has like a little matrix of leadership with him that he can like hold, and that's really cool too. I like that a lot. But yeah, in his robot form, he's really cool too. He's very articulate. He's posable. I like how you can flip his head up and pull his visor down. That's really cool. It's a cool little touch. But yeah, he's like an awesome design. You can't not love Hot Rod. All I'm saying is I wish I had a Rodimus Prime figure, because that would be sick. Whoa, I did some fucking 3D. Oh, I didn't mean to cuss. I did some like 3D movie action there. Pretty cool. What else is there to say? He doesn't drive, but then again, none of these guys do. I guess he drives the best, but if you notice, like, pay attention to this tire. it doesn't really turn. It kind of slides for most of the travel. But I'm not going to hold it against it because that's just well, quite frankly, that's just all of these figures. I haven't transformed a single one that could actually drive well. So for right now, it's pretty good for what we got. Now it's number 4. So number 3 is a classic and one that. Oh wait, I was gonna say one that you guys haven't seen, but that doesn't really mean much because you guys haven't seen Grimlock either. But anyways, it's Jazz. Now this is a cool freaking car. It's I'll admit that the hot rod is a lot more interesting visually, like his car form, but this is just nice, man. Come on. Like the spoiler is so cool. I love how he gets a little wide in the back there. Ooh, this one I actually might be able to transform. I'll try. Oh crap, I already forgot how to do this. It's been so long. It's been so long. Anyways, so this was the Transformer that I bought last year, a couple months ago. And it's the one that really got me into this whole Transformers thing again. Because like I said, I was, as you guys know, God, I keep, dang it. Anyways, as you guys know, I've been a Transformers fan since I was a kid. But I stopped collecting them because, well, quite frankly, I didn't have the time or the money. But I got back into it, and I started because one day I was just like, huh, this Jazz figure looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna get him, just cause. And that's what was the beginning of the end, because I just started buying them like crazy. So I had to give my due diligence to my man Jazz. Did I transform him right? Anyways, if I can, yeah, okay. So I'm pretty much almost there. Anyways, yeah, so he's a really cool car form. I like his design always. I like how his chest is just the hood of his car. I know you could say it's a little uncreative, I guess, but I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Wait, let me fix his back here. His little pack back. What? What? Okay. Okay, there you go. Boom, easy enough. See, he's so simple, a child could do it. Mainly because these are toys for children. But anyways, here is his gun. But yeah, look at him. He's just so cool, and he's very poseable. I did a really cool pose of him on my shelf for the longest time. See if I can recreate it. But yeah, he's nice and poseable. I like how blocky he is, if that makes sense. Like, whenever he has stuff in a place, there's a lot of it. He's not as sleek or anything, and I kind of, frankly, don't really like sleek Transformers that much. Main reason why I didn't like most of the Bay designs, because they're meant to look sleek or whatever, but it comes to a point where it's like, what am I even looking at? This was the pose. I wonder if I can balance him again. Come on. Come on. Nope, I can't. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I'm taking too much time. Sorry, I was silent for like 5 minutes. Okay, but yeah, sorry. Great figure here. Let me do a bit of a zoom in. Boom. Great figure. Love the way he looks, and he's coming to get you. But yeah, Jazz is a cool Transformer. He was barely in Transformers the movie, which is like what the box said for this one. But hey, you still love to see it. He's a great figure. One of the best. Great figure, one of the best. One of my personal favorites, and that's why he is number 3. And who might you be asking is number 2? Now, this one was hard. My top 2 are ones that I got for Christmas. And it was a hard choice because, quite frankly, they were both bangers. So it was hard for me to choose, but number 2 is gonna be Wheeljack. Now, this is the best car form of any of the toys I have. Maybe of any Transformer ever. In my opinion, the colors, mwah. The little numbers here on the side, the little designs, mwah. The off center to all the way to the right little logo here, Mwah. The Japanese characters, I believe that might be kanji, or I don't remember. It's been a very long time. Maybe not. Maybe it's hiragana. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I tried to learn Japanese. I'm a little rusty. And by a little, I mean a lot. I don't remember anything. So here we go. So this is a great Transformer. And it's also so simple, which I'm sure a lot of people, I think I said that for Jazz, but I'm sure a lot of people would hear that and say, okay, well then that makes it a bad Cars collectible, because why would I want a toy that's simple and easy? But haven't you ever heard of fun? Like, just have some fun for once in your life. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, the hard ones are cool and all, but not everything has to be hard to be enjoyable. Sometimes you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy things. You know what I mean? Ever heard of that, numbnuts? Sorry, I didn't mean to get aggressive. That was inappropriate. Anyway, so how do I do this? But yeah, so this is a simple one because Actually, I should say this now. I got this one as a gift for Christmas from my good buddy Rayinator. You know him, you love him. Go subscribe to him if you haven't, you idiot. But as he will remember, and maybe others if I've told the story before, which I believe I have. The night that he gave this to me and he got it, everyone was surrounded by the Christmas tree and we were all sharing our gifts. And while everyone was getting their gifts and playing with them or whatnot, we sound like children. I was sitting back and transforming this guy, and I didn't even look at the instructions once. Not once did I look at the instructions. That's how cool I am. But I have absolutely no complaints for this figure. The only reason it is not number one is because I just really like, or yeah, it's just as I really like what is number one. So if I can just slip that on here real quick. If I could just, there we go. So yeah, that's Wheeljack. I really don't have any complaints. I mean, obviously, like, I wish his fingers opened up, but I'm not gonna hold it against the figure because at this point, most of these toys don't do that. Most of the ones that I can afford, at least. But yeah, look at him. If I can get like his eyes are like a slight blue, like when the light hits it. Look at that. Whoa. Look at that. Yeah. Wheeljack, best Transformer or best Autobot, and that is why he's number 2. He's my favorite Autobot, but he's not my favorite Transformer, and that is gonna be on screen soon. But because before I do that, I want to show you guys an honorable mention. I know, crazy, right? So, honorable mention. This doesn't mean that he's above a Wheeljack, but below my number 1. I don't really know what honorable mention means. I just mean that I really like him, but unfortunately he didn't make it to my top 5. So I guess he's kind of my number 6. I don't know. And that is Shockwave from Dark of the Moon. That's his pelvis. Shockwave from Dark of the Moon. He coming up to dap you up. Look at that arm. But yeah, he is an interesting figure. What I like about him is that they took an absolutely ridiculous design that was unintelligible from the movie. You couldn't even tell what was going on. You looked at this guy and you're like, does this guy even transform? This is just metal. This is just metal. That's it. But this figure is nice. It has a cool way of combining like these a lot of details, but in little ways that are like that make them like kind of like almost like shrink these things down into like cartoony almost. Like the way that these look like a little skeleton bones look like that, and then like I don't know, the gears there are like you can tell there's a detail there, but it's not so much where it's overwhelming. And obviously that's not necessarily a creative choice. It was more because like they couldn't afford to make that, but still it's honorable and it's really cool. The only reason this didn't make it to my number or to my top 5 is because I don't like his vehicle form, and mainly because none of the Michael Bay ones feel like I feel like most of the Michael Bay things were designed to not have a vehicle form in mind because Michael Bay didn't give a crap. But yeah, look, he has a cool freaking huge arm cannon. That's where his like he was supposed to have a little tube that led to here to like his back. I believe like maybe right there or something, or right there. But this is from when I was a kid. Actually, I should say that this is a figure from when I was a child. So this is not the new studio series that came out somewhat recently, like the leader class. I really want that. If someone can send me a link to eBay for that thing, I will definitely buy it and review it. I really want that figure. But this is from when I was a kid. This is from when the movie came out and I was obsessed. This is what started my love for Shockwave. Not for Transformers. I was already into Transformers, I'll admit, because this is from the third movie. But still, really cool. I love his head. He's got a cool little head. I like his big feet. He's cool. I like him. Here, let me do a zoom in so you can see all of his features. Oh, he's too tall. Oh well. And now, enough of the honorable mentions. Enough of the 2 through 5. Now, number 1. You know him. You love him. It's Galactic Man Shockwave. Or should I say, Shockwave. So, for all of you keen viewers out there, for all of you Transformers fanatics like myself, you look at... I'm going to sneeze. Thank you. You look at this thing, and you're like, wait a minute, isn't he supposed to be purple like this one? Well, I say to you, shut the hell up, because there is a reason why this man, this Adonis, is black and gray. Actually, it's not even really black. It's just kind of a really dark gray. But I'm just going to say black and gray. And that is because in the original release of the G1 figures, there was a special edition of Shockwave that had no branding whatsoever except for the words Galactic Man. And it was sold only at Radio Shack. And it was exactly verbatim just the Shockwave figure, but it was black and gray instead of purple, instead of shades of purple. And it had a cool red eye instead of his yellow one. But yeah, that's cool. So I like the lore behind it. And I like that it says Galactic Man right there. I mean, I know some people might not like that because they want it to feel more like invested in the world, but I could care less. I know these are toys and I'm living for it. But yeah, this is a great figure. He's posable. He's Shockwave. Oh, I should have specified. This is Shockwave from War for Cybertron. And actually, so was Wheeljack. These are from the War for Cybertron trilogy from Netflix. Shockwave was from when I was a kid. I'm sure it was called a Studio Series. I don't know what it was called back then. And then Jazz and Hot Rod were from Studio Series 86. But yeah, so this is from War for Cybertron. So he's his War for Cybertron design, which is amazing. And it's great because I mentioned this in my Transformers video. I love how they are pretty much their old 80s designs, but with the detail and a lot more, like it's a lot more, there's a lot of substance to it. Like it's still got that little cheese of back then, but it's still just so cool to look at. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So yeah, it's a great figure. This is a little tube that I was talking about. The other Shockwave should have one of those. Honestly, my only real complaint is that this big backpack. There's a lot of stuff actually. I should specify. It came with a lot of add-ons to make him look really cool. Like it gave him guns on his feet and really big shoulders, and it made his backpack even bigger. And I really like that those add-ons, and I'm not gonna lie, I mean I think they look really cool. But if we're just gonna be honest, I mean, I don't have space for that on my shelf. And also, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, this is perfect design. I love this little window here because normally it's just a little piece of glass or whatever. But here you look inside and it's got these little like nuts and bolts, and it's got these little looks like almost like wires going on. Like it's got detail to it, man. Like I don't know something about it. I look at this thing, I'm like, this could actually be a functioning robot. Not like this specific toy, but like the design. And I think that might be why I like it the best. Now that I've verbalized it. But anyways, I mean, you give me a character with a gun for a hand, I'm gonna love him. And yeah, he has some very epic lines in the show War for Cybertron where he says like, "Oh, Megatron's like, sometimes I envy you for not having emotions," and he's like, "I deleted my emotions a long time ago because they just weren't efficient." He said it cooler. I'm not as cool as Shockwave, unfortunately, but yeah. So, there you have it. These are here. I'm just gonna make some room. These are my top 5 figures that I currently have in my collection. So I can get a... There we go. And then for honorable mentions, I'll put him in the back. Maybe if I stay here long enough, it'll be the thumbnail. But yeah, so these are my top 5 with an honorable mention. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked a little look into see my favorite Transformers figures. I'm trying to keep these Transformers Tuesdays alive until Flagstaff gets some restocks of toys. Um, but hopefully that happens soon. And you know, in the meantime, if you guys have any ideas, do you guys want Transformers related content? It doesn't have to be this sort of desk stuff with my toys. It can be anything. Maybe you guys want me to review a movie, one of the movies. I guess I'll watch them again. um, whatever you guys want me to do, whatever. If you guys have any cool ideas for Transformers Tuesday, please leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to check them out and consider them. Um, so yeah, for the message to leave you guys off with, um, you guys have to embrace change. I recently started this new job, as I was saying, and I just finished my first week pretty much, and it was scary. It was change is scary. I wasn't used to. It was a field that I'm not familiar with, and even though I did a week of training, I'm still very lost. And but you just have to be confident in it and embrace the change, and you got to say, you know what, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it. Like I'm scared now, but if I pull through it, then I won't be scared again, and then you will have conquered that fear. And and that's another thing. It's okay to be scared because with change has to come fear, and that is to be human. And if you can go into something with change and not be afraid, then I think you're doing something wrong. Um, so embrace change, like how I didn't upload a video last week, okay? Or embrace change of like how this video is different from the normal reviews. Embrace change because change is good and fear is good. So to all of you out there, be scared. I'm just kidding. But you get the point. If things are changing, then that means good things are coming. Maybe not in the next change, but in the following or in the following, you know. Change happens and it's scary and sometimes it's not great, but because we changed once, it means it'll change again, and it means one day it'll change for the better. And maybe that day where it changes for the better is today. Maybe it's tomorrow. Or maybe it was yesterday and you don't haven't realized it yet because you haven't been living in the moment. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just go out there, be the best you can be. That was a lot of messages in one. All right, goodbye. See you guys. See you guys. Till all are one.